A man was sentenced to prison last week who prosecutors call more dangerous than a murderer.
The crimes he committed don't usually come with a lifelong trip to prison, but that is just what a Comal County jury decided. News 4 WOAI's Melissa Vega has details and video on this man's history and the no-nonsense message from authorities.
This is dashcam video from last February. A New Braunfels police officer is behind a truck swerving on the roadway. It's just before 6 p.m. The driver is suspected of being drunk.
How much alcohol have you been drinking today?
I'm not drinking.
The man inside the truck is 45-year-old Cornelio Garcia-Mata of Seguin. At the time of this traffic stop, he'd already been convicted of DWI 7 times.
This individual poses more of a danger to citizens out there than some of our murderers do.
Garcia-Mata's prior DWIs were out of Guadalupe County. Even though this was his first DWI in Comal County, it was his 8th, and with previous felony DWI convictions, he was eligible for life in prison. Garcia-Mata had already served probation, completed drug intervention programs, and in 2008 was sentenced to 6 years in prison.
So he served less than 2 years on a 6-year sentence. And so a guy who's on parole, who should still be in prisons out here February 26th on our highways, driving drunk over 5 times the legal limit again.
Prosecutors say the amount of alcohol Garcia-Mata had in his system at this traffic stop was equivalent to 23.5 beers. And tonight, Garcia-Mata remains here behind bars at the Comal County Jail as he waits to be transferred to a state prison to begin serving his life sentence. Garcia-Mata will be eligible for parole in 30 years. He'll be 75. He had never previously hurt anyone, but prosecutors didn't want him back on the roads to take that chance. They hope Garcia-Mata's sentence will send a message that drinking and driving won't be tolerated. Meanwhile, the Bexar County District Attorney's Office says in recent memory they don't recall anyone getting a life sentence for DWI, but we're told the DA's office does seek the maximum charge for punishment, and that all depends on the number of convictions, whether or not they are felonies, and if the person has already been to prison. Ultimately, the decision is in the hands of a jury. Melissa Vega, News 4 WOAI.